why why education YouTube content is so effective and efficient. Quick introduction. I am Eskil Axe and I help male educational YouTube content creators grow and scale their education businesses. So, my mission, of course, here is document what worked for me into these educational format videos. And I do this whilst my own YouTube business journey. So I'm credible because of I'm on the same journey as you, have the same pain, I'm working hard as hell towards the same problem and pain as you. And I've been there, you know, watching these clickbaits, top 10 ways to make money online, or like top 5 ways to get girls, or top 5 shoulder exercises, whatever. I've been there. I've watched those, learned nothing. The only thing I learned was that I should change business model from business model. That was a good thing. That's the only thing I learned, and I paid dearly for that. And honestly, most of the things that I learned that could be learned for a quick Google search. They were just paraphrasing a bad way. They was just like, oh yeah, you need to charismatic, you need to be good at speaking, you need to be good at this, and this business model is good because you speak a lot in this and this. No one told me how to get good at speaking. No one told me why speaking is important. No one, they just said speaking, charismatic, and probably hard as hell. They were vague as hell. And I learned nothing from these videos. No wonder it's a waste of time watching most YouTube videos. And it's like your brain, it's like it's bad as hell, but your brain keeps doing it. It's bad as hell to watch certain shows. It's like, yeah, you might like the shows, but it's not good for your brain. You watch because you become addicted to it. Right? You watch more of the same shit. Same YouTube content, and the thing is, you're left with nothing but, oh my god, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done this. Yeah, for the time being, it's fun. You have your hours of fun or whatever, and then you're like, oh, I'm so fucking bored, I should have never done it. You're never looking back and said, yeah, it was a good decision. No, you're always saying it's a bad decision, meaning that you will regret it every single time. No reason to do such thing then. And it's tricking your brain because you're watching, you're like coping. You're like one of those guys who says, "Oh, but it's yeah, it's education." When it's not education when it's hyper edit explosion on the screen. You're watching these videos. Top 10 ways to make money. Oh look, it's extra educational. You're learning nothing from it. Besides, you know, the sexy. Oh, this business model is so good, and then it has the inverse effect because some people literally try changing business model. That's why I hate making those. That's why I hate those videos and why I don't want to make them. Oh, look, the best business model, best business model. No, it doesn't matter what business model you're in. But if you are the business model I am teaching, then make sure to watch it. This video is very good for you who are trying to grow your education business by literally only using YouTube content strategy. Right, so that's an online business, right? That's essentially what it is. And if you're on that business and you think that business is good, if you like it, then you follow this. I'm not gonna tell you you're doing wrong, you're doing wrong. I'm telling you doing wrong in the business model, but I'm not telling you you're wrong because you have a different business model. Because that's the one you choose. And if you genuinely care about that one, then watch videos about that business model, not this one. This one is for those people who wanna do the same as I'm doing right now, you know, education YouTube business. Nice. So I've been that guy watching all these videos, and now recently I've changed a lot, and in these videos I teach you what I've learned. And these videos are educational videos, which are the point of these videos are to give you the value so you can change things yourself, because there are certain videos that really changed my life and I want to make similar videos, long guides that are educational, no edits. And I have now over 8 months of YouTube, you know, education content on YouTube experience, so maybe it's worth hearing me out. So today I will cover these two things here in this video. People actually learn from educational videos. And then the second thing, if you're in a tight niche, it's easy to print good content. Alright, so a quick plug before the video. If you're interested in me reviewing your business, literally one-to-one coach you, have literally handcrafted courses, big course, have common questions where I make modules specifically for them, some productivity tactics that I use, and I have that in the course as well. Then yeah, it's a community where you can chill around, talk with each other, feedback from me, all that stuff. If you're interested, check the top link description right now to learn more about it. The promise with this video, however, is that I will tell you the reason why it is so effective and efficient to make educational YouTube content in a tight niche. And I will tell you with brutal honesty what you need to do. Nothing else. No shit, bullshit, BS. I will tell you exactly what you need to do. And why it's effective and efficient. So, first thing, people actually learn from educational videos. If we're being 100% honest here, do you learn something? When you watch your top 10 money online, they're doing this, it's 10-minute long, they have 1 minute per topic, and they say everything very vaguely. Oh, speaking skills, and you do this, and how, and it's cool. And the second one is even more interesting. Like, they're contradicting themselves, they don't know what they're talking about. You watch it, you learn nothing. The end of the day, you're looking back, oh my god, I could have recorded a video in just 20 minutes instead of watching this stupid video that didn't help me. But if you're honest, when you watch these videos, they're like having edits, maybe they're education or edutainment, where they are education and entertainment at the same time. Like this pussy thing, like they're like changing backgrounds, having shush shush noises, or having an explosion on the screen, or some people even have, you know, changing backgrounds when you're trying to read. I'm like, let me read it, man. Let me listen to you. I don't want a voice changer. I want to hear your voice. It's really fucking hard to learn when boo, boo, ding, 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 ding. Look, wow, two-step formula. It's really hard to learn. So, that's why I am grateful that you spent your attention span and your time into this video instead of a poo. You could have clicked on a but you clicked on this instead. So I'm gonna give you the value I promised you. It is so much easier to learn when your mind is not overstimulated. You'll probably try this. You know, you've been a day, let's say you've been nomad for a day, you know, you haven't done any technology at all, you've been out running and whatever. Let's say you have some exercise, you're playing soccer, you're out in nature, walk 2 hours, and then when you get home, you get on your computer because you're like, yeah, you're kind of addicted to whatever, movies or whatever. You're like, yeah, it's kind of fun, but then your brain is just like, it feels weird. It feels like it hurts, like it's burning. It's like in the back of the mind, it's like hurts. You can't really put a word into it, but when you take a step back, you're like, you're seeing stars, you're like tired, you're like, your brain is not working as it should, you're not clear in your mind, you're not smart. It's like, it's weird, it's like you have this fog over your mind, brain fog. So when you stimulate yourself, let's say after a long walk, you go back to the knowledge, you feel this stimulation. It's weird, can't put a word into it. But when you're making content with edits, it's like you're replicating the worst part of videos and things. You're like making entertainment content. You're like making video episodes, like series, whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's like you're making an opening song or whatever. You're like, oh my god, it's my brain, man. It's much easier to learn when I don't have an edit. It's much easier for me to make them, and I provide more value. For every second is not poof, because every second poof on the screen is 1 second where you feel worse and waste your time. Because you're not learning anything when someone shoots an explosion on the screen. You're not. So, you're less stupid, and if I do my job right, then even an idiot should understand. Even my younger self, which couldn't really understand anything. My stupid younger self. So, people actually learn from education videos. This is a good example. This is one of my videos. The quote is pretty cool, right? You make content about things you cannot stop telling your mom about. And then you have this. In 7 days I can get, oh look, 10,000, 100,000 in 7 days. It's like you click on this, you know that it's 10 minutes long as well. They're always like 8 to 10 minutes long. They're hyper edited and then have a clickbait thumbnail. You click on them and then effects, emojis, many things happens and everywhere. Your brain is just like, I learn nothing. I feel kind of bad. I'm like, oh my god, and then you're getting addicted to it because you're like, oh, I got so much dopamine from this. Then you will watch a bunch of more of this shit. But then you go to Man of I videos. After 10 minutes, you're clicking off because it's too hard for you to watch it. If you're watching this right now and I'm kind of clicking something in your brain right now. Then you understand what I'm talking about. This versus this. This 10 minutes long. He's just saying top 7 ways to get this much money in 7 days. But it's not gonna happen anyways. He's saying like top 7 ways to get this much in, and then here I'm making how you can leverage educational YouTube content and how it can be efficient and effective. And yeah, if you're making educational YouTube content, then this video will fucking help you. This won't. This will just tell you, oh, it's day 7 of day 8 of NoFap. You get benefit from day 8 of NoFap. Not only do I tell you why it's effective and efficient, I also tell you like how to make it more efficient as well. This is what I'm doing right now, right? The thing is that entertainment people who watch Mr. Beast style videos, they're more likely to click on Mr. Beast style videos. People who are more likely to click on more shorts. Shorts, TikTok, Mr. Beast, me. Education, more me. More of my education. More of entertainment, more of Mr. Beast entertainment. Right? Oh crap, I forgot about something. This is supposed to be the next section. Okay, let's do work in progress in the middle of the video. I didn't prepare as well as I thought. Or did I? Oh shit. Sorry guys. I messed up. So, let's go deeper into education. I'm a strong believer of education because everything starts with education. Just think to yourself, what is the most important thing? Yeah, sure, getting sales and all that stuff, but how do you do that? Oh, you do make content, I make better program. But how do I make a better program? How? Education. You know that courses and coaching are a good way, and then you learn how to make good coaching courses. And then education, you learn more about the niche topic you're, selling and making videos of. Education, you knew that this Bismol was a good vehicle to high leverage, and then you learn that, oh, recording the video is actually most important because it's the highest leverage. Oh yeah, scripting the video is important. No one would have gotten as far as they did if education wasn't in it. Without education, I wouldn't even be here today. I wouldn't even record this video because I wouldn't even know it was a high leverage task. I wouldn't even know what business was. Like, literally, I wouldn't be anywhere without education. So education is important. That's probably why they forced us to be in school like 10 years. Because it is important, but yeah. We can talk all about how bad school is and how good a school is or whatever. I am not talking about that. It's a bit controversial, but it's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about business. That's what we're talking about. So, when you have the education, when you learn stuff, and this is in business specifically, when you have the education in business, I'm teaching you education right now, that you should leverage education into your niche. And I'm talking about all this stuff that education videos gives more education viewers, and that education style, title things, as my video is an example, very niche titles, niche thumbnails, niche no edit in the video attracts more people who are education people. Education, more education. So I attract people who would actually buy my stuff. Because 2 million TikTokers doesn't have a credit card. It's worth less than one guy with a credit card. You see what I mean? It's like 14-year-olds, they will never buy anything above like $10. They won't even buy it because they don't have a credit card. These people, maybe 20-year-olds who are, you know, having a lot of money on their hands, or maybe millionaires who want to grow their YouTube. Right? Or whatever. It's not impossible. Possible. Everything starts with education, and without education, then you would keep doing, you would do like everyone else. Everyone else who does this edits and podcast with edits or whatever edits. You will keep doing the same thing, and if without education, I will keep doing the same thing that got me no success in 2 years of YouTube. Don't be the guy who's just like, oh, I will never, ever have to study again, says this guy. And then this guy, oh, a day for the ages, that's for sure. You're like quitting educating yourself. You're like, let's say improvement here. An improvement and learning, a beneficial change when same situation presents itself. To improve, you need a slight change when the same situation presents itself. Improving speaking skills. When you're sitting down recording another video, when you have the same mic, the same camera, everything, the difference is that this time I'm speaking slower, this time I'm speaking into the camera, this time I'm not saying this time I'm emphasizing words, this time I'm energetic. When you subtract learning, you're subtracting improvements in your life. If you're not improving, then you're the same, or you're getting worse because people get rusty. So when you're not improving, you're getting worse over time. You're staying at the same level or even getting worse. Subtract improvements and promote in improvements, or I guess rustiness. And the thing is that the only shortcut that exists is education, and that is also the reason why people are willing to pay that much money, because if they can get the success divided by 4 the time, instead of 1 year, they get it in 3 months. As an example, they will pay for it. People, yeah, not many people have a lot of money, but there are also many people who do have a lot of money. Some people that have a lot of money, and what they don't have is a limited amount of time. They have millions of dollars in a bank account, but they're getting there in 30s. They're like, oh man, I want my 20s back with 20 million. Time is a resource that is not infinite. Money is not infinite either, but they're guys millionaires who doesn't need money. They just want the things they want in their life. Like, they're millionaires, they want something else. Maybe they're already millionaires, now they want to get a good relationship, now they want to get jacked. And now they will pay as much money as possible to get the results, to get jacked as quick as possible, so they buy the most expensive workout program, as an example. People are willing to pay to save time. So if you decrease the time it takes for them to achieve it, you decrease the effort and sacrifice. Make it easier and for them to take less time to get the dream result. You're selling, and you can sell it. That's literally what you're selling. Let's say I'm selling courses and coaching on, growing education business with YouTube content as advertising and marketing strategy, right? The faster I get them results, the easier it is for them to do the things I say, the better. Like, I provide more value to them, and the more likely they are to succeed, the higher I can charge, and everyone is more happy, and all that stuff. So the only shortcut that does exist is actually learning and education. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you're like making millions of broad videos. If you have watched my videos before, then you know that I'm a big component of super niche videos. So if I made different topics of things I don't know about, I become a generalist who's mediocre at everything. Right? Then if I just become a specialist and go all in on one thing, if I literally know what I'm going to go all in on, you have the education, I know I should make YouTube videos on this topic and only this topic. If I just do that, if I just do the hard work with the education, of course, then that's how I scale to the moon, right? Have the best strategy ever. If I just do the work necessary to fulfill that strategy, then that's success, isn't it? You find the thing you need to do and then you go all in on that thing. That's how you do anything. Succeed in anything. You know exactly what workout program you should do. You know exactly what diet you should do. Now you just commit to exactly what you should do and then the results will come. Right? And there are two main sources to learn from when it comes to education. It is book, podcast, educational videos. What you're watching now is a good example of this. If you're listening to this, maybe you take notes, maybe you don't, but I hope you learn something because it's made for you to learn something. But there are the best sources are, you know, books and educational videos. Podcast, I guess, but I myself learned the most from educational videos and books, and then of course from experience and experimentation. So I do it every day. I do script or record. I do the work every day, and then I also read a little bit, watch educational videos. For that's the way I learn the most. Honestly, the thing that changed my life the most was educational videos. So I've learned so much from them, and some books have been super fucking helpful as well. So what I do is many educational videos, a lot of experience, and a little bit of book reading as well. So conclusion with this section: when you stop learning, you stop improving in your life. It's important to have a good education source, for it's the only shortcut that actually exists. Yeah, it is the only shortcut. I like to say it's no shortcut, but education is shortcut. That's why people can pay so much money for online programming, all that stuff, because it is valued very highly. Education. The best sources are, I guess courses are as well a good source, but the best sources that are like fairly cheap, I guess the sources I'm using is, you know, book, podcast, educational videos. And educational videos, free educational videos is very valuable by themselves, and then books as well are very good. And the experience. So the thing that you learn in educational videos, implement them and try them out, and that's the best way to learn. So by making dumb videos, entertainment style videos, you attract entertainment people who will not buy your stuff, or literally don't have a credit card. You make education style videos, title, thumbnail, and video, like no edits, no nothing. Literally slide presentation, what I'm doing, or talking head. You attract the people who want more of this. They want more of the same. Entertainment want more entertainment. Education want more education. Niche education want more of the same niche education. There are specific people like me. I would love watch my own stuff, right? If someone else made stuff that is just like me, then I will watch every video of them. That's just no shit. So I create a gold mine for that specific avatar. And why would you even do entertainment or edutainment? Well, why? You don't even want to. I wouldn't even want to compete with edutainment or entertainment people, because I am not good at editing. So if I made some edits, I would be competing with them. Why would I do that? I would rather do education. I would rather improve my speaking skills. You know, better script, better, more, you know, more knowledge. Read more, try more stuff, improve over time. It's easier to compete in education than entertainment, because everyone can do education if they just educate themselves, right? It sounds simple, doesn't it? So action, use what I've taught you in this video and go all in on what you learned. You learned today that you should compete in education, so everything from the video title to the video itself and the thumbnail should be education style. And niching down, it's easier, because when you niche down, your competition is someone also niches down, and if you of course do the volume and good video quality, then you can probably beat your competition. And then when you want to learn stuff, you go to books, educational videos, maybe watch all of my videos if you want to learn more about this stuff. Then, you know, of course, put in the 8 hours of work and not only watch because you have a content addiction. And know that education is worth a lot, because it is the only shortcut. That exists. So we have covered the first thing in this video. Second thing, if you're in a tight niche, it's easy to print good content. Because when you're in a tight niche, I'm in a pretty tight niche, you know, education, business, by only using education YouTube content. So I'm only using YouTube and I'm only doing education content on YouTube in education business. So it's pretty niche, and also male, pretty niche there as well. And there are not many things I can talk about. Like, sure, there are some. I can talk about, you know, skills as an educational YouTuber, you know, volume, how to do volume, how to leverage the volume, you know, niching. I can talk about leveraging the content the best way, nice, improve my product by, you know, pricing, offer, referrals, all those things, and bottlenecks, you know, skills as an entrepreneur to eliminate your bottlenecks, and education, how you learn the good way. I can talk about all these things, but there are not that many. I'm not talking about fitness. I'm not talking about anything diet related. I'm not talking about anything not related, right? There are not many things, so I do repetition. Because without repetition, you cannot be any good. I don't think there's a single guy who is number one at something the first time he does it. There might be some business owner that did, but at the same time, they have probably had some good experience, some good education sources. But the thing is, the first time you're doing bench press, you can't get jacked the first time, no matter how many storage you take. You need to do it many times or else you won't get jacked. So without repetition, you will always suck. One will always suck. But if you're making 20 plus videos on the same damn topic, then you're becoming proficient, slowly proficient. Of course, there might be more. There might be other things that you need to do, you know, improving your speaking skills to make good videos. You can't just make 20 videos and, no, I'm good at making videos. Maybe you have to actually know what you're teaching. Maybe you actually have to know how to script the right way, how to speak the right way. And I have many videos on my channel if you want to check it out, where I cover that as well. But when you start repping out, the more you rep, essentially, the better you get. Or the more you rep with slight improvements, the better you get. So honestly, the more you rep, the better you get, because you will have more chances to change and improve and, you know, optimize as you go on. So you need the rep. That is probably the biggest bottleneck for most people. Because without repetition, you cannot be any good. So before you start thinking, oh, it won't work, you do the repetition before you think. Like, literally, don't even think, just do a bunch of reps. And if it's like, yeah, it's pretty fun, I can get better at this, then do it. So instead of me as, oh, is this business right? You know, I was offer for a while. I was just like, should offer be right? I don't even know if offer is good or right. So I just wrote the whole damn book, and I'm like, I can't really do this. I hate the editing process. I can't be offered long term because I don't want to edit my books. Oh, but you can have other editors. Nah, I don't. Nah, man, I don't want to do that. So I found out, yeah, it was not the right thing because actually I did it. I'm like, nah, it didn't work. I didn't like it. Instead of me being emotional, it didn't work. I'm like, every time I take 2-3 weeks off from YouTube, I need to go back to it, don't I? So every time I change business model, every time I do something like that, I'm always coming back to this business model. So meaning that I'm just coping, or I'm just burnt out, or maybe I just need to take a break, but I shouldn't change my business. It's the business I'm in, and I'm committing to it now because it's happened 2-3 times. I've come back to it, so I know this is the right thing. So I have the same damn PowerPoints. Maybe background changes, maybe the title changes, but it's like the same thing. It's like the same niche. It's the same PowerPoint style. Nothing changes really. And you get efficient as well, because when you have done it so many times, you become better and more efficient. When I've done 500 PowerPoints, you can make them in minutes. I can make my PowerPoints, these PowerPoints, in like a half an hour barely. Before it took me a whole day to make them. Literally, it took me hours just sitting down. Now it takes me half an hour or less sometimes. I'm really efficient at doing this nowadays. So I've done it so many times, I literally get efficient. They like take less time to do, and they're better. So better quality plus less time investment. Better, better, better. Win, win, win. So better and more efficient over time. So it is very simple. It's repping. The more reps you do, the more efficient and better you get at it. It's that pretty much that simple. Of course, with some slight change and improvements, of course, you find that, oh, this background works better, then yeah, sure, do it. Or you're like, oh, but I like this, then do it. Like, you make these small changes. Maybe you do bullet point instead of in paragraphs. You're like making change that is beneficial and good. But my point here is that you won't be a proficient by doing something once, twice, or thrice. You need 100 plus. And that is why when you're in super niche content, super niche, you're getting more reps as well. And it's not, you're getting more reps, you're better at what you're teaching. And when you're a specialist instead of a generalist, people will actually be willing to pay something for it. So if you have the surgeons, you have two surgeons, the guy who's good at kidney surgery, the guy who's done every surgery. The guy who done 200 kidney surgery is better than the guy who did 200 of all surgeries, because if the patient is have kidney failure or kidney problem, then that guy who's just doing kidney things, he's better because he is a specialist. Makes sense. So I literally have the same fucking thumbnail, the same background, the same damn face. Maybe I change the face every once in a while, but it's literally the same. I do change this, however, so it's not a copy-paste of the same thumbnail. I change the, you know, the quote or whatever thing I'm saying here, remark or retort or whatever fuck you want to call it. So conclusion, without repetition, one will always suck. After many times, it start getting more efficient and over time more effective as well, which means that you get better at it with less effort and time invested. So 1 hour of a shit video, now it takes 1 hour to script a shit video, now it takes 30 minutes to script a pretty good video. Look, you're less time and better. So you literally get better at advertisement, and advertisement is literally how people know about your product. So the better that is, the higher perceived value your product is. So the better you are at making a product and the better you are at content. That's why I'm going all in on both content and better product. Because the better any of those two are, that's like the highest thing that improves my business, right? Business will grow the most by those two things alone. So action, it becomes efficient as you do the thing more time. When you have done it almost 100 times, you know hacks and strategies to improve the value, and it takes less time and everything gets better. So by committing to, you know, 1 to 2 things, it gets easier and easier and easier and better. So when you choose something you can rep the most time with, that's when you become really, that's the thing you become really good at. The same damn topic, niching, and make 100 videos of niching, and I must be a pro at that now, but at this point. But that's where I covered the two things I promised. So once again, if you're interested in me, literally 101 coaching, reviewing your business, have these courses, these common questions, and you can literally give me feedback. Rules, yeah. But I have all these welcome, have literally a kind of a course of how you even use the platform. I'm on Discord right now. I'm probably gonna change in the future to school.com or something good like that. But then, you know, we can text. I can literally message you when I have time over, and education post. We can post to each other. It's like a community. It's amazing. If you wanna know more about this, then check the top link description right now.